and remembers and didn't know what they was talking about. Basically, it's a YouTube membership where you can become a villain. Eventually, we'll have it all in one place. But right now, it's on YouTube. You can become a football villain and be a part of our private group me, where basically it's all night talking about football. But what you get is you get access to the videos first. You get access to our perspective, our insight, our connections, and basically premium information that we get, that we find, that we come up through the connections and things that we have that was grassrooted. And this is for the fan that wants more, that needs more information. So become a football villain, man. Join and hit the member button down there, the join button, and become a member. YouTube has it on sale. They'll give you half off the first month. And get more access to the Canes and preview to more information about recruiting, about inside info that we don't really say to everybody. Come check it out, bro. You can always cancel, but you won't. Football villains, man.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. One of them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen don't what come across that water. Welcome to South Florida in the South.
Footballville private group me that we have. I think we had 200 people now. Shout out to the members, 200 members, 230 members on YouTube and counting. But in our group me, man, we have some things happening in there. That the other day we had Philip Buchanan in there. We got a couple parents in there. One is we got Cam Kitchens' dad, Marvin Chapman in there. Cam Kitchens has been playing like a leader. Also made a few sophomore mistakes. He owned up to them. Leads the ACC in interceptions. This is no surprise to us here at Footballville. We talked about this for years. They land you, and then they land the number one, we call him Footballville number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how that's going to work? Or?
Well, I feel like me and James, two different safeties. And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like, you couldn't say like in the box, but like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more with the free safety. So I already know in practice that's going to just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's going to be easy.
That's what's up.
I know we go hand in hand because it's like we're the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're going to he could feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety. Then I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we're just going to make each other better.
Michael Haggard calling me, telling me, hey, he's out here coaching the kids on the field when he was a junior in high school, doing this thing. But when you start playing on that level, the NFL comes up. The NFL comes up, and anytime the NFL comes up, money comes up. There were scouts at the game the other day. And one thing I talk about, man, a lot is the money side of this thing. And I said that I was going to start voicing my opinion on these things and giving other options or advice to kids when they come through, because I understand money is a conversation we don't like to have. We don't like to have it. That's something we don't want to talk about. So when the NFL comes up, so the other day we were having a discussion inside of the Footballvillan group me about Cam Kitchens and his success, and then somebody said, "Hey, Marvin," which is his dad. His dad is in the group me. You're gonna retire, huh? And Marvin, like any other.
What's good? What's good, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is the day after. The day after, we're gonna get in and talk about some college football. I'm gonna bring my boys in here with me. Shout out to IG, man. We live on IG right now. We live in a couple places right now. We're gonna get in here, man. Recap of the game. Talk about the game. Talk about some college football game last night. Had some hell of a game yesterday. Had some dudes going up. Shout out to Hurricane Dave with the 305, man. Shout out to Hurricane Dave with the 305. If y'all watching, man, hit the like button for us and send it to your favorite college football fan, your favorite Hurricane fan. Share it for us real fast, man. You ain't gonna miss nothing. We ain't gonna let you miss nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and chill while you share it for us. So hit the like button, share it for us. And if you want to, what I was talking about with IOD Squad, investor that becoming a member also. If you want to become a member, you can hit the join button. You should see that right by the subscribe button. You hit the join button if you want to become a member. We're about to get in here and just talk a little bit about yesterday, man. Hurricane versus Virginia Tech. A couple big games. We had Penn State. We had Penn State get ran all over. Manny Diaz special. The 400 yards I think Michigan ran for. I know what y'all gonna say. You can't talk about Manny. How you gonna talk about Manny and maybe undefeated? So y'all gonna hit the like button and share for us. But to become a member, man, I'm going to put that. Let me see. I'm going to put it in the description also. I'll put it down in the description to become a member. It'll be in the description. I'm going to fix that for y'all right now. If you're looking at us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, y'all gonna have to come over to YouTube eventually. We'll be on YouTube. All right, so here we go. So I'll place that into the description, the member, IOD Squad, all of that stuff you need. If you want to become a member, if you want to get on with IOD Squad, that's what we trade. And I see my man Rich in the back. I'm going to bring my man Richard here with me in a second. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, man. Y'all finished sharing and liking for me, man? All right, let's get this thing going, man. Listen, man, I'm D. We about to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. Shout out to y'all on Instagram. Shout out to y'all on Instagram. Shout out to y'all in the Twitter world. I'm going to pin this link like we always do. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, all my members, man, drop an IOD Squad emoji for me, man. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, Ooh, I see them donations coming in. That's what we talk about. $50, I see it, boy. IOD Squad, invest or die. Yeah, after them Canes win, them boys be back in here. We got a chance. If you were watching late last night, man, we got a little slimmer for the Hurricanes, man, when Drake May put Duke to bed in Raleigh, Durham. I mean, put him to sleep. Drake May put him to sleep. Ed Riley do him. There go the IOD Squad emoji. Drop them thing. Now only the members can drop the IOD Squad emoji. So if you're not a member and you're trying to drop the emoji on YouTube, it ain't gonna happen for you. So there it is, man. The link is cleaned at the top. Shout out to 305. Hard work is not a form of punishment. 305, you always say that. Hard work is not a form of punishment. He gets creative with the 305. He donates, man. We appreciate that. Hard work. I got to get a bell or something, man. I'm gonna get Eve to walk across the screen in a bikini every time somebody donate, man. Y'all like that, huh? Shout out to 305. Hard work is not a punishment. And shout out to Big Willie Boston with the $50. We found a wide receiver in ColbieYoung. Yeah, but listen, man. I told y'all we were in the group me in the member section. Well, I actually said it out loud too. Like I told y'all that ColbieYoung. Alonzo was really high on ColbieYoung. X kind of wrote him off. When we saw him in practice, he looked a little slow. He looked a little, but he wasn't in shape. 1 and 2. I think he was gipped up when he got here. He was a little injured when he got here, but we didn't know that. He's a big target. You know what I'm saying? He's a big target. He talks trash. He makes plays like 6'5", bro. So eventually it'll be George. I mean, Kobe, Restrepo. Y'all better get yeah. He's like a big target. So I'm gonna bring my boy Richard here. Richard, ready, man? Give me thumbs up if you're ready in the back, Rich. Look at them members dropping them IOD Squad emojis, man. So shout out to Willie Boston with the $50. Yes, man. ColbieYoung is that dude. All right. Yesterday was the first 100-yard. The first game we had this year with a 100-yard reception from a receiver versus a Power 5 team. Yesterday, ColbieYoung. Guy from up north, I think he's from New York somewhere, up north. Transfer out of transfer portal. When I sat down with Alonzo was really high on him. I guess he just had to get acclimated. Rich, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's good, bro?
Man, what a day in college football yesterday, man. It was a lot of great games. A lot of great games.
That was wild yesterday. That was wild yesterday. You had oh my God, USC going down late last night.
Yeah, by 1 point.
Duke going down. I thought Duke was going to win that game last night, bro.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Duke laid down for us. Right, because you know that kind of helps us in the ACC. Duke laid down.
Right.
Duke laid down late last night. Drake May throws for a career high. For all y'all who thought Drake May was pump faking or I didn't look as good. I know I got into it with a few people about him and TVD outplayed him. Man, it's the truth, dog.
Yo, he is, and I gotta say this: if we was able to hold him to 27 points last week, what is? I mean, I know we talk about our coordinators a lot, but what does that say about what we schemed up on defense?
It's going to come together. I have no doubt in my mind it'll come together. You look at a team like Tennessee. Tennessee been handing out bags for a while. They upped their recruiting like a couple years ago. They got some guys in. You know what I'm saying? So they got some guys on their roster.
Last year they were mediocre. They were mid.
Right, but they've been recruiting, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they got in trouble with, handing out the bags. Remember, they was handing out whatever they said they was handing out, McDonald's bags. But I know for a fact, remember they had T2 committed like 2 years ago? That's when they were going really hard. So they got guys in the building. And I think if from a star rating, Miami still have better players than them if you're looking at the star ratings, right? Mm-hmm. But they got some guys in the building, you know what I'm saying? And they got a big-time quarterback. And I guess they got a leader, a coach to pull it together. That was a big-time game yesterday, bro.
Right. And speaking of quarterbacks, getting a guy that could fit your system. that can run what you need to run.
Right. How long has their coach been there?
I think this is his second or third year.
Second or third year?
Yeah, because he was at UCF.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, how many people Tennessee? Did they say how many people's in the stands? Like, how many people they hold? How many fans they hold?
Oh, it's over 100,000.
Over 100,000.
Oh yeah, it's a that atmosphere is unique because you got the volunteer Navy or whatever, because their stadium is right next to a river, so you got people who pull up on yachts to the game. That's how they tailgate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it different.
They do it different.
Yep.
We got some water. We got water by Hard Rock, don't we? We got some water by Hard Rock. I think we got some water by Hard Rock. It's a little lake back there. Separates Broward and Dade. It's a little lake back there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Grind mode say, but their Grind mode on Instagram say, but their head coach is a proven offensive mind. Yeah, and yesterday, like talking to my people, man, talking to Phil, and my people feel like, listen, sometimes a best defense is a great offense if you could score points.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And we'll get there because I mean, yes, we talk about offense and stuff like that, but what about? And I see like when you look at all of college football, you get to see what teams are trying to do. Look at what Michigan did to Penn State. Shout out to Danny Miez in the building.
That's his MO, dog. That is Danny Miez. Definitely his MO.
What's his name? Jim Harbaugh called Mac Brown. It was like, hey man, what you think I should do against Manny? Mac Brown was like, it's real simple, bro. Run the ball.
Run the damn ball. What commercial that was? What commercial that was? Oh no, it was give me the ball. It was like, give me the damn ball.
I forget the commercial, man, but yeah. He gonna have to do something about that, man. You can't be coaching for over 10 years and you still can't defend the run. But anyway, my whole point, I don't want to trash Danny Miez. But my whole point is, this, if you look at what they did, this is this is why you bring Josh Gaddis in. And if you could have,
right,
especially with all the talented skill guys that we have, where we could do end arounds, we could run the ball because you have a plethora of 4 and 5 star running backs coming out of South Florida. Right. On top of that, you can have playmakers at receiver because they also have receiving yards too. Don't get it twisted. I mean, right. I see it. Plus, what happens to that interior? Your interior gets physical. They get physical. They get tough.
Right.
So I see it. I see the vision.
You say you can see it?
Yeah. Somebody said Michigan tailback average 10 yards per carry. Yeah.
Did he really? Are y'all joking? Are y'all serious?
I gotta double check because I haven't. I'm just looking at the chat, but I will say this:
that's wild.
If you gotta back that average 10 yards per carry, that means the first 4 or 5 yards he ain't being touched. That means that offensive line is moving some people.
No, that's wild. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Let me see. Okay, let's put this back in here. We're gonna put this back up here. Bam. Yesterday, Bryce Young threw for 35 for 52, 455 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hendon Hooker, 21 for 30, 385 yards, 5 touchdowns. All 5 touchdowns went to the same guy, Hyatt, 6 receptions, 207 yards.
Hey.
That boy got loose on him yesterday.
He did. He did.
That boy got loose on the Hyatt out of Irmo, South Carolina.
Yep. Up in the upstate.
6 catches, 267 yards. No, he had no. Wait a minute. He had. Let me see. Overview. Let me see. Yesterday. Yesterday he had 6 catches, 207 yards. He averaged 34 yards a catch. His longest was 78 yards. That boy was out there getting it in.
Yes, he was. And that was just purely I'm better than you. Like he was just running past people. It was not even funny.
And then you had Penn State. Michigan beat up on Penn State. Penn State only scored 3 points in the second half. Well, Miami we didn't score no points in the second half, did we?
Nah, we didn't.
Michigan running JJ. I thought JJ McCarthy was so good coming out of IMG, bro. I saw him play a couple times at IMG. I thought JJ McCarthy was so good coming out of IMG. He was 17 for 24, 145 yards, but D. Edwards, one of their running backs, dog. Jay McCarthy, he got 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions this year, JJ McCarthy. One of their running backs, let me see, D. Edwards, let's see. Rushing yards. One of their running backs, wow. Dog, I would love to see, man. I'm going to see if I can get my people to break it down. I would love to see if people are deciding to do the same thing to Manny Diaz defense, right?
Right.
And he just isn't fixing it. He's just stubborn. D. Evans had 16 carries, 173 yards for Michigan yesterday. Michigan had, oh my gosh. Well, listen, it's weird. Averages is funny. Miss Penn State had a guy that had 6 for 74. He averaged 12 yards a carry. Michigan had 2 dudes. Listen, y'all. You a fan? Close your ears now, because this might sound familiar. Michigan had 2 dudes. One had 1 set. His longest run was 67 yards, and Blake Corum longest run was 61 yards.
You might want to repeat that because you kind of went in and out.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. ESPN always wants to. ESPN always wants to play their damn ads, even though you turn them off, they still want to play them. Let's see. We got X in the back. We're gonna bring X in here in a second, man. Okay, let me say that again. Penn State, Miami fans, close your ears. They had 2 dudes. Edwards rushed for 173, and Blake Corum rushed for 167. JJ McCarthy rushed for 57, and some other guy named Stokes rushed for 22. They had 418 yards, 55 carries. Let's go X. 455 carries. Michigan had on Penn State. It's
the Manny Diaz special.
Michigan had 563 yards, and Penn State had 268. Michigan had 41 time of possession, 41-56, and Penn State had the ball for 18 minutes. That game was close early, wasn't it? In the first half.
First quarter, maybe.
Penn State was actually winning.
Really?
Yeah, Penn State was I think they were up in the second quarter. I think it went into halftime 16-14 it was at halftime. And Penn State just didn't score in the second half. So they didn't score in the second half. Or they start running the ball, they control the clock, huh?
Nah. They at halftime they called Mac Brown. Hey Mac, what should we do against this defense?
What play they was running? X when they ran all over. What play that was they was running?
Who that with North Carolina?
Yeah.
They ran like a zone read to the left side. They ran that probably like 20 times the whole game, and 18 times it worked.
Oh man. All right, man. So yesterday, dog, Miami go in, start off fast, right? Vontae gets the turnover early in the game, just a playmaker. He just make plays. That's what he do. Vontae had a weird game yesterday, didn't he?
Who that?
Yeah.
Vontae.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. He had a weird game yesterday, but he gets the turnover early in that game. And Miami starts off fast yesterday, right?
Yeah, they throws the ball. They throw the ball real fast. And like I said, now you can see the communication between Gaddis and Ponce, because now they talking to each other. Like you can see them talking to each other. So I feel
what
like
you
that
mean?
was...
Explain what you mean. You could see him.
Okay, just look at the first couple of games, and TVD looks confused as to where he's supposed to be throwing the ball or what play he's supposed to be running, which receivers he's supposed to be looking at. You know, because his quarterback coach is probably telling him to do and look at the X receiver. The offensive coordinator play is saying look at the Z and the Y.
Right.
You know, so now he's like, well, my quarterback coach is like, he's in my ear a lot more than the offensive coordinator, so I maybe should listen to the quarterback coach. But it's not working when the offensive coordinator wants the ball to go at a specific player. So now they're communicating, and it looks like, oh, okay, well, we want you to throw the ball to the Z. And that's where he's throwing the ball. And it's working for the most part.
Why wouldn't they be in the same room, X? Make me understand this, bro. Why wouldn't they be in the same room figuring this out? Huh?
I don't know. I guess I can't even say. It can't be like a beef thing because they both work for the same coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if Mario seen some type of beef, he would address it like, hey, I'll let both of y'all go if y'all gonna be beefing. You know, we here to do one thing. So maybe it's just a miscommunication thing. Maybe Gaddis not exactly telling Ponce exactly what he wants done. And Ponce just saying, well, maybe he thinks I know. I'm gonna just go off of what I know. You know what I'm saying? And then again, the quarterback he's going to listen to the quarterback coach a lot more than he listens to an offensive coordinator who's the receiver coach, because he's saying, well, the quarterback coach is in my ear 90% of the time.
Right. I mean, it's real simple. You can have, it's just like a long distance relationship, right? If Gaddis is up in the booth but he the main one, but you got the side one who's right next to you, I mean, it is, you might build a closer bond to the side one. So it's the same thing. If you got your quarterback coach that's right there in your ear when you come out, from the sideline, you're gonna listen to the one that that's right in your ear.
That's visible. He's right there. You know what I'm saying? His yelling at you is gonna be a whole lot more vicious than the one that's in the booth that's in your ear. You know what I'm saying? In your headphones, you can just, somebody yelling at you in your headphones, you're like, man, whatever. But somebody yelling at you face to face, you kind of have to look at them and say, oh, okay, coach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, like I say, that's just how I seen it yesterday. I just seen like a lot more communication between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach, which translate to the quarterback. And you can start seeing TVD starting to look. He looks way more comfortable now. He looks a whole lot more comfortable.
TVD, he look more comfortable to you?
Yeah, he looks way more comfortable. I'm not gonna say he looks how he was last year, but he's getting to that point where he's just comfortable to throw the ball, and he's starting to trust the receivers to go make a play.
Then Mallory goes down, right?
Mallory goes down. Skinner goes down. I don't know what's going on with our players, man. They getting hit and they go down. Like Rashad Smith went down. I was like, whoa, this is gonna be crazy. We might not have players to finish the game.
Rashad Smith went down yesterday?
Yeah, Rashad Smith went down. Remember, he I think he got hit. He got hit on the play. He went out. And then that's when they had put Malik Curtis in to return punts, because they were like, well, Rashad Smith can't go back in right now.
That's why they put Malik Curtis in. And I questioned to put Malik Curtis in right there at that point, because that was kind of like, wait a minute. But I guess, who else you put back there? There's nobody to put back there that you depended on before, right?
Yeah, nobody. I mean, the only person you could is like Knighton. But do you want Knighton to go back there with his history of getting hit and he's hurt? You know, that was the only player. Malik Curtis was the only player that when we had the opportunity to see when they was doing returns, he was one. You know, it was always Restrepo, Tyreek Stevenson, Jacoby George, Rashard Smith, Malik Curtis. You know, so Stevenson's out, Restrepo's out, George is out, Rashard Smith, he's out for the moment. Malik Curtis is the only one left. So.
Right. So yesterday we talked on the show before the game started, and then it actually happened. ColbieYoung started, though. ColbieYoung started the game. Anybody in the comments section, y'all got a problem with that? Because we were saying, will ColbieYoung jump? With those 3 catches in the other game, jump him over a lot of people. Will he get the start today? We went through all of that, and he actually started. Anybody got a problem with that?
I mean, the first game I think we did because we was really looking to see Romello, but you know, after looking at what he did yesterday, I mean, it's clear Miami needs that type of receiver on the field in their receiving package or receiving core. So, yeah, he needs to stay out there. They still need a slot guy, and of course our slot guys is hurt. And do you think that TVD favors possession type of receivers based on how he likes to, you know, distribute the ball?
I think he favors players who ain't gonna get up in his chest and tell him he messing up.
Oh, explode!
He favors that.
Oh, that's a new explain. Yeah.
I mean, just look. You know, okay. So I played quarterback before. You know, you got receivers who kind of will kind of come at you like, man, why you not throwing me the ball, or you threw the ball the wrong way, and stuff like that. You got receivers who do that. You know, and you can just tell. I mean, I'm gonna just say it right now. You can just tell by the guys who he ain't throwing the ball to. Those are the guys who will come and say, man, you threw the ball short. I had to try to make an acrobatic catch or something like that. You can just tell it. It's so obvious. And I don't know.
To the guys he's friendly with?
He throw it to the guys who just going, all right, man, you threw it to me wrong. It's cool. I just throw it to me again. I'll make a play. You know what I'm saying? Calmer. Instead of, damn, TVD, throw the ball right. You know what I'm saying?
So you think that's going on in the
It goes on everywhere. Not just you. That's just a quarterback receiver thing. That happens.
But I've never heard that take. I've never heard that take.
No catches.
Right. I've never heard that take that the quarterback getting offended.
You don't want to. I mean, you don't want to come out and say it because now it seems like, oh, the locker room is kind of in disorder or something like that. But yeah, I mean, tell Terrell Owens, he used to do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Ocho Cinco, they do it. Like receivers do it. Like it's been happening since Little League, high school, college, NFL. It just they kind of keep it up, you know, keep it together because they don't want to make it seem like it's a big major thing.
So with the defensive end trying to kill the quarterback, right? You also saying that he's saying, listen, man, if you're gonna talk trash to me, I won't throw you the ball. So now he's limiting who he throw the ball to.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
K5 yesterday he was kind of dinged up a lot too. He was
Right.
He was in and out the game. Everybody kept asking me like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, he kind of dinged up too." So, but he was out there playing.
Yeah. So Miami starts off fast, bro. Miami, go ahead, Rich.
I was about to say I'm looking at the comments and you know, so some people are saying he throws the ball to who he trusts, but building that trust is what we talking about. Where if you always in the quarterback face, he might feel some type of way. He may feel like you confrontational or whatever, and you know you're not about resolving the issue. But at the end of the day, when you get to the next level where people are getting paid to do this, you're gonna have a lot of people in your face. So that's something you just have to get used to. But that's all.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I mean, for people saying they don't believe. I mean, again, I coach and I played. I know. I've been through this. I've been in practices and I can see quarterbacks, receivers have, you know, they have their little communication problems where a receiver be like, man, what's going on? You're not throwing me the ball, or you're throwing it the wrong way. You know, go back to when Rozelle was playing and he was throwing the ball to Amar Richards. He got to make an acrobatic catch, or Jeff Thomas got to make an acrobatic catch. That ain't something a receiver wants to do all the time. A receiver gonna be like, man, come on now, throw it to me right so I can keep running. I don't want to stop. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Like, as much as y'all may not want to think it happens, and it's something that, trust me, it goes on.
Yeah, I even heard in the NFL during practice, receivers are like, I'm only catching a certain amount of balls. Like, I'm not going out there catching 50 balls. I'm not.
So, I mean, so we start off fast. We up 17-zip in the first half?
Yeah.
We thinking this didn't be Hayes hit me on the phone, man. I told y'all it's gonna be 40-7, and we thinking this finna be a blowout. You know what I'm saying? We thinking it.
Yeah.
And Mallory goes down, and I say, listen, TVD ain't finna start tripping, right? So Mallory went down, and then he put a good drive together. But then the offense starts to sputter. Now, we couldn't run the ball, so that's when we substitute the run with the passes to Brashard, right?
Yeah. To Brashard, and I'm starting to think like certain passes. When we throwing the ball in the backfield, like we throwing it kind of too deep. Like it shouldn't be no 6 yard behind the line of scrimmage pass. It should be at least a 2. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody don't do that no more.
Like 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, man. You by the time you get back to the line of scrimmage, you done ran about 10 yards just to get a yard. Like nah.
Right. That's Tecmo Bowl football. Nobody don't do that no more.
Listen, man, if you're watching on Instagram, y'all come check us out on YouTube, man. I'm gonna put the link right there, man. Y'all come check us out on YouTube if you're watching us on Instagram. So you saying you think those passes be too deep?
Yeah, just look at them when they catching it. Okay, let me see. It was one drive where they threw it, and I think this is when we needed something. We threw it. He got the ball like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. As soon as he got it, the man was able to break off the blocker and hit him in the backfield. We lose 3 yards in that play.
Yep.
You know, like, it shouldn't be that. Like, if you're going to throw it, it got to be like a 2 yard. Well, he gets off the line of scrimmage in 2 yards. He catches it at 2 yards. He's able to run at least 5 yards and get 3 yards, at least.
Yeah, that's why everybody does those rub routes now, because you already positive yardage by the time you catch the ball.
Right. I mean, so the first half we go in, I'm gonna read a couple of things. I'm gonna read a couple of things that happened in the first half, because we get notes that they email us every halftime when they're like milestones, kind of like just milestones. You know what I'm saying? So in the first half, Miami Hurricanes 302 yards of offense, including 241 passing yards. TVD had 241 passing yards in the first half against Virginia Tech. We were 302,
wow.
302 to 106. Making his 15th start, career quarterback Tyler Van Dyke finished the half with 241 yards, 18 to 28. He's still passing the ball a whole lot. He totaled 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Jalen Knighton, 7 carries for 24 yards. Jakari Brown was second with 22 yards. ColbieYoung made his first start. His season catch, he had 5 for 77 and a touchdown. That was in the first half. Frank Lasson talked about a 5-yard grab. Brashard Smith tied a career high for a single game when he caught 5 passes in the first half. He also caught 5 passes last week against North Carolina. Will Mallory had 62 first half receiving yards and 3 catches. And Logan Sagapalo and Dennis made their first start. So Jonathan Dennis and Sagapalo, the kids from Oregon, started yesterday. The Hurricane defense allowed 106 yards in the first half. So we was dominating the game, right? Right? We dominating the game.
Every aspect of the game. Every aspect.
Right. The Hokies offense averaged 3.8 yards per play in the first half. Corey Flagg and Mesidor were each credited with a first half sack. and Jonathan Harvey led the Hurricanes with 4 first-half tackles. And Devontae Williams was credited with a fumble recovery. Fumble forced and recovered by himself. So we killing it in the first half.
Hey, Street, that forced fumble and recovery, is that in the playbook? He memorized that?
Nah, that's just something. That's what he does. That's what he does. He make plays.
When he's close to the line of scrimmage, but boy, he almost had a bonehead one, man. Like, what was you even think or looking at, Monte?
I think he went for the ball. I think he went.
It looked like he was going for the ball, and then he turned his head and didn't know where the hell he was at.
Yeah, I think he went for the ball, but so we killing it in the first half, right? Miami killing it in the first half. If you're looking at it on Instagram, man, y'all come check us out on YouTube. Miami killing it in the first half. What happened the second half, Rich?
I mean, we saw it. We could not get in it. We had the same red zone issues, and you wonder why some teams do this. Clemson did this last night too, where, I mean, we put up 20 in the first half, and then number one, and a lot of people saying this in the chat, so I got to say this, shot this out. But we did see ColbieYoung's targets increase big time, and by that time you had double coverage on ColbieYoung because they like, we're not about to let this man go over our head again like this. So so you had double coverage. I see, just looking at the stats here, the one pass that they threw to Mammarelli was just stupid. It was in the backfield again, and he's kind of a big guy. He has to get started in order to go, so you got to get him up the field. Romello Brinson has 1 yard, 1 catch for -1 yards. Once again, his negative play makes no sense. Isaiah Horton had 1 catch. Thad has 1 catch. So the what it boils down to is this, and this goes back to team chemistry too. Mm-hmm. If your starters are ColbieYoung, Brashard Smith, Will Mallory at tight end, and Frank Ladson, let's say, if those are your 4 pass catching starters, when they come out the game, you got to have a 2 squad. You got to have folks that are go-to guys. Like Jaleel Skinner is more than capable of catching 5 or 6 passes a game for a touchdown. Right. Thad had one catch for 12, but I'm not even going to count him, because if you're going to be throwing to a running back, everybody would agree you need to be dialing up for Rooster a little bit more. But you got Isaiah Horton 1 catch, Romello 1, Mammarelli 1. So you got to find a way, and this is what the great teams do. This is what the Alabamas of the world do. They find a way to make sure that all of their playmakers are productive. So they don't make excuses. They don't say they don't know the plays. They don't say that they're young.
Right.
Even Saban was getting on, what's his name, last year, right, for not catching the ball as a freshman in a national championship game. He was getting on all them boys. Why? Because he said if you would get ready, if you would stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Right.
That's how championship teams are coached. So there's no excuse for any of those guys to not have the same production, in my opinion.
Right.
I know our offense stuttered a lot yesterday because when we came out after halftime, we became one-dimensional. Like, we just wasn't looking to run the ball. And then the run plays we were running was like the same old run plays that they already was stopping. So, like, man, we know they're going to run this play. All right, we'll stop them for 2 yards. We'll get them, negative yards, stuff like that. And then everything else is, oh, well, you got to throw the ball, and then you start getting penalties. That's just a disaster for offense. So it just kept moving back. And, yeah, it was just bad, horrible, man.
You said just bad what?
Man. It was just horrible, man. Some of those drives was just horrible. I was like, man, what is we doing? Gaddis. I think, and then I'm like, okay, Gaddis, man, I didn't see no screen. I still haven't seen the screenplay this year. I don't know what's up with that. That's crazy.
They ran the run screen. They ran the screen to Thad. Remember, 3rd and 20 or something.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. They ran the one screen to Thad, and then it's to Thad. Like to Thad, really? You
Right,
got
that's what I'm
Knighton
saying.
there. You're not gonna run the screen with Knighton? Oh man.
So make it clear to me, X. So you saying you think the play calling is horrible? You don't. It's been a lot of we've seen a lot of different creativity, different things. You know what I'm saying? Brought Jakari Brown in. We done went to straight passing. Like I said, I think him saying in that press conference, we passed the ball way too much. I think that was for Virginia Tech to hear. I honestly believe in these press conferences, they're sending messages. You know what I'm saying? Because we went out there and we did the same thing. But I think that was for Virginia Tech to hear. And to think that we were going to try to establish a run.
Yeah, I think, once I think Virginia Tech figured out exactly what was going on. So he was like, we figured out, and I'm not saying Gaddis calling a bad game, but the plays he calling, they figured out. Oh, okay, well, we can stop him this way once they came out in the second half.
The execution rate went down.
Yeah, the execution rate went down. Some of the offensive linemen, they were getting beat at certain spots. Like, I don't know how that was happening. Like, they beating you before y'all even get off the ball. Like, that's crazy.
So the offensive line?
Yeah. It's bad because we missing a lot of players, man. A lot of players was just out. It's out, man. Our depth issues is really bad. Like, it's...
We are missing people. No,
we are missing a whole lot.
we are missing people. And that cannot be. We are missing. I was gonna make a graphic today of all the people that are missing. Before the game even started, not the 4 that they announced while the game. Hey man, 1 second, y'all make sure I hit the like button. Hit the like button and share for us, man. If you want to become a member, hit the join button right there. You get to be a part of the member group me, and get access to some of the information that we have preview. Because I be seeing with some of these groups, I'm in a lot of groups that people put me in. Some of that stuff y'all be talking about, man, we be like yesterday, we were saying we broke the news that Reading wasn't playing. We broke the news on that. Shout out to the community in our group me. We broke the news on that Reading wasn't playing. Steve being out, we talked about that earlier this week. It was still about Steve being out. A lot of that stuff we talk about in the member group, man. So if you want to become a football villain, man, just hit join. But yeah, man. So we sputtered. So X, you think they caught on to what we were doing?
Yeah, they caught on to what we was doing because it was working. It was working as far as throwing the ball, getting a little run here and there. It was working, and they just caught on. And Gaddis didn't really adjust. He felt like, okay, well, it's supposed to work because it works if I call these plays. And then the execution, the execution just was, it was kind of bad second half, man. Penalties, offensive line getting beat at certain spots, receivers, TVD starting to look at only 2 receivers. I think that's what he did. Only looked at 2 receivers the whole second half, which was Frank Lasson and ColbieYoung.
Bro, listen, it be telling when he throws it into double coverage. Like,
right.
It's almost like my guy's right here, I'm gonna throw the ball. Now, like I said, just something the way with TVD play and some of the information that I know about him. It's like it doesn't sit right with me the way he plays quarterback. I don't think it makes us as efficient. But he gets hot. He gets in his groove, and his groove is his groove. I guess his art is his art. So we got coming back. Restrepo George should be soon, right?
I think both of them will be back by November, by Florida State game.
By November?
Yeah, Kobe George for sure. I don't know about Restrepo. Restrepo maybe the Florida State game, or maybe after. And I think the same with Chaney too. I think Chaney's probably going to start cranking it up. Chaney might be ready by November too. And we desperately need Chaney. We desperately need Chaney, boy.
Why you say that?
Man, because it seems like our running backs, man, they hit the hole and that's it. They hit the hole and they get hit. Like.
And they get hit, yeah.
That's it. Like, we need a running back who's gonna hit the hole, get hit, and keep going. Like,
right.
Knighton doesn't seem to be completely
Healthy. Yeah.
he doesn't seem to have his legs. He doesn't seem to be completely like fully there. Like he doesn't have that burst. He doesn't seem to have his legs up under him or something. He doesn't even look like he ran when he was at the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes.
yeah. He not the only one. There's like a whole lot of them just don't seem to be what we thought they was. People keep asking about Zion Nelson. Man, Zion Nelson, I think the injury was a little worse than what we expected. We didn't think it was going to be that bad, but it might have been that, a little better than what we thought.
Shout out to Lazarus Lives. He says, "Our running backs hit the hole like a virgin."
Oh my god. Oh my god. Our running backs hit the hole like a virgin.
Stanley runs hard, man, but boy, is he slow. Oh my god, like
he do run hard.
He runs hard, but man, it's like it's taking him forever to get there though.
And listen, man, in the football, if you want to become a member, I'm gonna place this. I'm gonna place it right here. I saw somebody ask that, but for the conversation that I had a conversation with Gaddis, and he was saying why Lashley couldn't run the ball last year, and why Lashley couldn't run the ball last year, and it's because every pass was attached to a run, and TVD would throw the ball a lot, and the offensive line gets out a running groove. Y'all listen to me in the comment section now. The offensive line get out of groove, and then now all of a sudden there's no groove, there's no physicality, and then you try to run the ball, and the chemistry isn't there to run the ball. He said that about Lashley's offense. That's what you're talking about. He think that's what happened with Lashley. But we doing the same thing, right? We throw the ball 50 times, and all of a sudden we can't run the ball. Now that could be a depth thing. That could, because we look good. We looked okay running the ball in the beginning of the season. Did anybody stop to think that maybe Texas A&M let us run the ball? maybe they took away TVD because we thought TVD, you know what I'm saying, would be our deciding factor in that game, and maybe they allowed us to run the ball. Let's get them in the red zone, and then we're gonna lock it down in the red zone. We'll play it like that.
I think TVD took himself away.
Right, but going into that game, they probably prepared to stop TVD and say we'll let them run around and run the ball, because we thought we was okay running the ball. Now we're passing the ball 50 times a game, which everybody seemed like they wanted, and now they can't run the ball. Go ahead, Rich.
No, I was just going to mention, we during that game, the A&M game, A&M is also a bad team, to be honest. I don't think they really did much as far as scheme. I think they just kind of had, on par players that were similar, so that game could have went either way. But we do have to run in the fourth quarter. It's fundamental to get the run out the clock, but I think that we still kind of have those red zone issues, because if we're throwing the ball 40 times a game and we're only completing, like, what is that, 26 of 46, something like that, passing. When you're completing that many passes, you should do more. Like, I think Uiagalelei, 29 of 40. Uiagalelei last night had, like, I think he only threw like 18 or 20 passes, and had like 3 touchdowns, 203 yards. Not a lot of yards, but you got 3 touchdowns. So we got to find a way to be more efficient. And part of it is, when you get in the red zone, you got to know exactly what type of offense you're going to run, and you got to execute. And that means you also can't have penalties, because if you get in the red zone and you have 2 holding calls, now you're 20 yards back. So it has to be critical, where you almost have to, in practice, run red zone all the damn time, where you like, look, bro, when you get 25 yards towards the end zone, execution is going to be important. If we run the ball 5 times for 5 yards a clip, that gets us in the end zone. But if you run the ball and one hold, that one hold takes you back 10 yards.
Right.
You gotta know. You got like if you're a wide receiver, you have got to create separation. If you are the quarterback, you've got to throw to the open man. I think the efficiency rate is still not there. I think the great thing is we see that we could come out with a game plan and execute that scripted game plan. You know how players or teams always have like a script of plays that they're going to run. I feel like we're at that point where the kids are listening and they're responding towards what the game plan is, which is great. Now taking that next step is where you got to know how to improvise, and also you got to know how to stay disciplined, because that's what's going to get you more efficient. Like 29 to 46, you should have about 4 to 5 passing TDs off of that. Off of 350 yards, you should have four passing TDs at least.
Why aren't they turning into TDs? X, you know why?
When you get, obviously when you get to the red zone, the field gets a lot shorter. Your play selection gets a lot shorter also. But
why we can't score a 40-yard touchdown?
I mean,
why we can't score a 60-yard touchdown?
That's the one thing I'm looking at. Guys' offense is like, I don't know if his offense is designed to be like that. I think his offense is designed to have long drives, like 17, 15 play drives. Last year the offense was designed to have 2-play drives, 3-play drives. So it's a lot.
I don't know about that. And the reason I say that is because if you block correctly, right? If you block as a lineman and you seal off that second level, and now it's your running back versus the safety only, it's a 50-50 chance you could win that foot race. You feel me? It's just getting people to do what they need to do in order to open those type of holes. And you could do it with a run. Look at what Michigan did to Danny Miez. I mean, there was open a lot of holes and getting to the secondary. So I would say,
but at the same time, like, you don't just say, okay, well, I'm finna draw this play up to make it go to the H touchdown. Gaddis is calling plays for longer drives. When Lashley called plays, it was like, okay, well, we got plays. Oh, okay, we're gonna throw this deep ball. It's gonna be a 50-yard pass. It'll get us to the 20. Then all we gotta do is run 3 more plays. We in the end zone. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of like, remember when we had what's his name, James Coley. We'll have maybe a 3-play drive with James Coley. Like, at least twice a game is gonna be a 3-play drive. We score touchdowns fast.
I feel you, but if you throw the ball to a receiver and they drop the ball, now you go 3 and out instead of a 3-play touchdown.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's still execution where somebody got to throw it the right way and then somebody got to catch it. So it's the same thing with blocking, where if you are getting your shit pushed in, where by the time the running back get the ball, his offensive lineman is sitting in his lap. If this is happening,
man, I always thought
explosive plays.
I always thought that make sure I hit the like button and share for me, man. And if you want to get down with IOD Squad, just click 786-459-9499. I always thought that, dog. I thought that quick drives was kind of on the players, more so on the players than the playmakers than the coach. I always thought they the ones on the field.
Yeah.
Now, this is my take, X. The people that he decided to throw the ball to, right? Now, I don't know if Gaddis is saying throw the ball to them. I don't know if Punch, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we don't target out, like, our playmakers aren't who we forcing the ball to. Yesterday we did Brashard. You see Brashard every now and then look like he can get up out of there. But we forced the ball to Lassen, to tight ends, to Like even ColbieYoung. I don't know if ColbieYoung in open. We haven't seen him get in open field.
Open field, no.
Maybe he can. Maybe he can.
Yeah, that's the thing. We haven't had any plays where we gave our playmakers open field capability to make a 80-yard play. You know what I'm saying? So every time, the one play that they did that with Bashad, I think Bashad, he got like maybe 15 or more yards or something like that. But other than that, like everything was like, get it to him, we gonna get tackled immediately. You know, so
I think we need more of that read option with Jakari. I think we need to get him comfortable and run that read option 2 possessions a game or something, though.
I doubt they're gonna let Jakari throw that ball. I mean, they might, but I mean, I doubt they're gonna give him some throwing plays unless they keep running this and he go run it then.
I don't want to throw the ball either. So I mean, I don't want to throw the ball. I just read option. Either the running back get it, you know what I'm saying, or he keep it. That's what I'm saying. I think we should throw a little bit of that in there. Just to keep the defense honest on something, just to make the linebacker have to tackle, just to make sure that they're not just running, you know what I'm saying, 5 DBs out there every play. Make them respect it. Shit. Put Jakari at, bring him in, put him at wide receiver and throw him the ball. Just make them respect the run a different way. You know what I'm saying? If he's in a huddle, you know what I'm saying, TVD's in the huddle, just make them respect the run a different way. Because go ahead.
So let me explain something. Okay, if everybody was watching the Tennessee game, Tennessee versus Bama game yesterday, okay, what Tennessee offensive coordinator did to Bama defense was spreaded them all the way out, where every time Tennessee threw a ball in the middle of the field, it was damn near wide open. Or they was able to run the ball. It was like they ain't had nobody in the middle of the field. What Gaddis does is he has them close. So all you need to do is just sit your defense right there in that spot. Because guess what? They're going to run right to you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do too much.
When you say he have them close, what do you mean? Because I saw plenty of times yesterday, they was 5 wide, everybody spread.
Yeah, they spread, but they still close. Again, if you watch that Tennessee game, man, their receivers was damn near on the sideline. On both sides of the ball. I'm talking about on both sides. So when they was running plays, Alabama, that's how Alabama kept getting beat. Because guess what? Now they have to put a safety on the fast receiver. He ain't going to run with him.
Yeah, the safety couldn't catch. Yeah, he couldn't make up that ground because it was so far away from the receiver.
So far away, and that's
okay.
And that's what they mean by going to spread formation. And it makes it a lot easier for a team that don't have the exact same talent as you. You spread them out. Now you got to make them run. You know what I'm saying? And that's why once the spread formation came into play, you start seeing teams getting better because we're gonna use this because we know everybody on defense can't run exactly how everybody on offense can run.
I do got to give them their credit though. I saw Tennessee offensive linemen pancaking their D. I've never seen this before from an Alabama team. They were sitting there and pancaking their D linemen like real talk. Like I was like, wow, they're straight. They were straight up dominating the line of scrimmage.
And them boy were tired.
Yeah,
Alabama D line was tired. I seen the boy like he was gasping for air, man. And man, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to this play. This U1 play. I'm gonna go to this play where Mesidor almost gets the sack, man, but the quarterback kind of scrambles. And once he scrambles and he's running out, Mesidor was tired. Like, he just stopped running because he ain't had no more gas in him. And that's the play that Couch ended up getting a dumb penalty.
Right.
And before that play even happened, I was like, man, call a timeout because I think 3 of our D linemen looked like they tired. So, but, the coaches got to be up on that. Because if I can see it, I know they can see it. Mesidor just looked like he was done. He had no more gas.
Right.
And you're right. You're right about that. Because that third and fourth quarter, the D linemen you just started seeing them fall. Like for Alabama, they was on their back. He was like, I've never seen.
So you saying he was gas X?
Yeah, he was done. I mean, just go look at that play. In the play, he the thing is, even though he's gassed, he still almost got to the quarterback. But once the quarterback started to scramble, he ain't have nothing in him to run after the quarterback. He stopped.
I remember that play.
Najee Kelly's running, and he jumped in front of Najee, and Najee couldn't get to the quarterback. And I was like, dang, yeah, they tired, man. Like, we got to get some players in there.
I remember that play. I remember watching that vividly. I remember watching that.
Yeah, and then Couch get the dumb penalty. Oh my gosh, I don't know what he was thinking. But yeah, like, you spread Tennessee, man. They had a beautiful game plan. Spread them out. Let's weigh these boys down. You run almost 80 plays or more per game, man. You gonna wear a defense down. You are gonna wear them down, man.
Bryce Young, and a lot of people were talking about, will he be an NFL quarterback? Blah blah blah. Bryce Young was the only reason they were still in that game, to be honest, because even when they got in the red zone, they kept making penalty after penalty, which is just unheard of for an Alabama football team. And every time, Bryce will come back to the huddle and be like, hey, y'all, calm down. We're going to get this. Like, he literally showed a lot of leadership, and he was sitting there trying to do his best Tua impression. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was the reason why the game was closer than it was. Cause
Bryce is that guy, man. If he's not the number one pick in the draft, I don't know what a team won't, especially if they need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But to go back to UM, then the defense played pretty good. 3 quarters they played real good, and then the 4th quarter they just saying, all right, man, we go back to our old ways and stuff like this.
So we just need some depth. We need more depth, which help is on the way. So that's why we go out there and recruit.
So the defense, so Corey Flagg leads us in tackles with total 3. He had 35. He has 35 total tackles. Who's second on the team in tackles? Could anybody guess?
James Williams.
Anybody but you, the person that I sent the stats to? Look at this man. Look at this man. This man, the cheater in class. You know what I'm saying? Who third on the team in tackles?
Cam Kitchens.
James has 27. Cam has 21. Here we go with this safety tackling shit again. Then Keem Mesidor has 19 total tackles and 5 sacks.
D-line.
Well, but okay, so you can't. I don't think we can take it to a point that players are supposed to have that many tackles, because we rotate a lot, especially up front. D-line and linebacker, they rotate a lot, like a lot. Like I'm not sure why we rotating that much, but we rotate a lot. Like it's. I mean, like, LT will come in for 2 plays, then LT will be out. Hunter come in for 2 plays, then Hunter be out. Jackson will come in for 2 plays, Jackson will be out. It look like Mesidor is the only D lineman that's going to be out there for the most part of the game. Him and maybe Harvey.
And they need to be too.
But, like, we rotate a lot. And then at the linebacker position, I can see why we rotate a lot there, because when you get teams that say, okay, well, we're going to make y'all linebacker run sideline to sideline, and we know Flag can't do that, then you put Wesley Bassane in, and then you have Keontra Smith in. Okay, understandable. And what's his name? He did a good job. Caleb Johnson was doing a good job running sideline to sideline yesterday, so I see why. I see why.
He looks a little stiff, right?
Not going to say he looks stiff. He just... Yeah, well, okay, yeah, he does look a little stiff.
What you was about to say? Go ahead.
No, I was saying I see why they rotate the line. I mean, I understand why they rotate the linebackers and D-line a lot, but I don't know if that's not going to be good statistically wise for players.
I wanted to say a couple different things. So one, Akeem Mesidor led us in tackles yesterday with 8 total tackles.
Mm-hmm.
right behind Mesidor was James Williams with 6 total tackles, 5 of them solo tackles. People saying that James Williams had a bad game, but from a statistical measurement, he still has 6 total tackles. So if he left some plays on the field, as a junior, imagine when he starts recognizing some of those things. That means he might have had a 10, 12 tackle day yesterday.
Yeah, people saying James played bad. That touchdown that James gave up wasn't on James. When they was in a stacked brunch offense, the guy who James was guarding went on the inside. The corner who was on the outside followed him instead of him going on the outside. And that's why James he looked at the corner and was like, man, what you doing? That was really on you. You know what I'm saying? But, James he's not going to complain about it like, yeah, that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of player, James, he going to take that. But I'm not going to say he had a bad game. That was the cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a miscommunication. Because the cornerback showed on the inside when he's supposed to stay outside. That's just football 101. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, people going to talk how they want to talk. It's cool. Still got some things to work on, man.
Talk to me about this. Talk to me about this, though, X. James Williams, when he tries to shoulder tackle, right? When he does that, right? What is that? I don't think it's him being afraid. Is he too tall to get low? Is he being lazy? Like, is he too tall to get low? Like, when he throws that shoulder, then we see him do that over and over again.
It has a lot to do. Yeah, it has a lot to do with him getting helmet-to-helmet contact. Cause he's tall and he wants to get low, but if he goes down and he's going to hit you with his helmet. And guess what? He's out the game. You know what I'm saying? So now he has to. Right. And it's not. I'm not saying it's acceptable because there's other ways he can hit you, but with him doing his shoulder, he's saying this is the way I'm comfortable hitting you without me getting kicked out the game with my helmet.
What you finna say, Rich?
I think what you mentioned is right, and plus, we're starting to see him play more of that hybrid role, linebacker versus safety. As a safety, you're not necessarily taught, or a corner in general, or DB in general. The way that a linebacker tackles, this is not necessarily the way that a safety typically tackles. You typically trying to go for shoestrings. You typically trying to take somebody's leg out with your shoulder, something like that. That's how you tackle as a DB. As a linebacker, you taking somebody's soul out their chest. It's way different. So I would say once again, give him some time to where, to correct that, where he learns how to use his leverage in order to tackle much better, because his tackling can get better. We've had taller folks who knew how to tackle, right? We had Sean Taylor here, and that was a different era, but we did have the Sean Taylors of the world, and Ray comes to mind.
Yeah, but Sean Taylor is playing in today's game the way he played. He get kicked out of the game every game because he's coming.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And when James got hurt, and in my head I immediately was like, oh boy, we finna have to put Avante in, and I know a team gonna notice that Avante is real aggressive. Avante's first step is always forward. A smart offensive coordinator will terrorize him. Terrorize the safety that's gonna always go forward. Oh, that's your first step? Okay, we got you. Play action, big time. He gonna run right by you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and that's speaking of a linebacker is taught that your first step should be going forward.
Yeah.
Whereas a safety is not taught that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, Sean Taylor, of course, but I mean, Sean Taylor would have been getting ejected in today's game because Sean Taylor would hit you with he don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't got players that's doing that too much right now because they know if you hit them that hard or you hit them, you might get kicked out the game. So And again, James is 6'5". He's hitting a 5'9" receiver, man. You know how 5'11" quarterback. How much? You know how much it takes for him to try to get down and break down and try to hit that man the right proper way when the quarterback going full speed or the running back going full speed. That's why he's just going there with his shoulder and saying, "Man, let me just see if I can pop him and make him fall." And it's not good. That's not the proper way to do it. But I can understand why he's doing it.
Right. I mean, is it okay? Like, are we taking up for James? Is there other 6'6" safeties out there?
Not taking up for him.
Let's cover all these grounds now.
It's not the right way. It's definitely not the right way to hit. He should be doing it a different way. But all I'm saying is I see why he does it because I know he's not trying to get ejected from the game. You know, he if he goes there, he gets down and hits with his helmet. Just imagine a 6'5" guy coming and he's hitting like this. His helmet is coming. Ain't no way around his helmet hitting you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we know the ACC refs. We know how they is. Get 0 out the game. Flag.
No. Very, very difficult to tackle people in this college football day and age.
Right.
Very difficult to tackle people.
Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
No, I was just going to mention because if you are that tall, and then you try to squat down or what they say break down before making the tackle, and you playing a shifty guy like, let's say, Jahmyr Gibbs, you ain't tackling Jahmyr Gibbs
at all. he gonna leave you while you squatting.
Right.
Now check this out. This is yesterday Jackson State versus Bethune. Young safety from out of Jacksonville was balling.
Oh my goodness, what a hit at the 5 yards. Oh my goodness, what a hit at the 5 yards. Oh my goodness, what a hit at the 5 yards. Oh my goodness, what a hit at the 5 yards. Oh my goodness, what.
Anytime you see somebody do that, right? The flags came flying. Now, anytime you see somebody do that, I think the referee just throw the flags just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
I just did because anytime you do that in this day of college football, you're taking a chance, right? As a defender, do you just do it, Rich? Do you just do it and be like, hey, whatever, man? But you ain't just gonna be willy-nilly. Y'all already blowing us out. Like you ain't just gonna be.
You can't just do it because then your coach is gonna be like.
He didn't get kicked out of the game. He didn't get kicked out of the game because he had a hell of a game, but the flags came flying.
You can't because not you trying to build trust with your coach too, and if they know that that's what you're gonna go do, and it's gonna be up to the referees whether or not to take you out the game. Remember, football in general is the best player is the one that's available. So you hurt your availability. But I love the play. I wish, and some dudes know how to do it where they tackle with their shoulder and still wrap up and get you to the ground. Some guys know how to do it, so it can be done, even if you have to tackle from the waist down, especially as a hybrid safety.
Drew Linfield say, hell nah. Hell nah, man. Look at James Tape in high school. He was blowing dudes up. Now he stopped. Same rules in high school about targeting. Listen. This is how we get. Drew, thanks for the comment, bro. But this is how we get sidetracked. Yes or no, if I had to make a James Williams hardest college football hits highlight, could I? Yes or no?
Nah.
No.
Y'all want me to make one?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And I have to say, when Wholesome One made his after the season highlights or whatever, and I saw the James Williams highlights, I was that's when I noticed the shoulder tackling. I didn't notice it before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, in high school, James was in high school. James was bigger than everybody, and most of the players on the opposing team was feared by James. In college, Everybody's feared. Everybody's good. Nobody's fear you just because you're 6'5", 225. Don't nobody care about that. Like,
who on the team could you make a hardest hit highlight tape out of?
Right now, this season, nobody.
I see where I'm going with this. Because ain't nobody blowing nobody up in football.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
It's happening sparingly. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that's known as, boy, he's a hitter. Who's the hitter in college football? You got good defensive players. but who's the hitter? Because they have taken that part out the game.
True.
And then let me explain this for these non-football knowledgeable
Somebody say
people.
Cam Kitchens. Cam Kitchens hit somebody yesterday. He damn sure did.
On the punt. Yeah, on the punt. Yeah. Yeah, but let me go back to this for the non-knowledgeable football players who keep saying put James in the box, make James a linebacker, make James a DN. Okay, explain this. I'm gonna explain something, and I want you guys to open your brains. Linebackers contact all the time. They have to take on blocks. They have to do pulling guards and stuff. James is a safety. James don't want to take on blocks and pulling guards. No safety want to take on blocks and pulling guards and pulling tackles or even blocking tight ends. You guys got to stop being slow. Like, that's dumb. I mean, to put a safety that y'all already saying he can't tackle. Y'all saying this stuff, but y'all want to put somebody in the box to be a linebacker. Think about what you say sometimes.
What the NFL gonna do with him, man?
No sense.
What the NFL gonna do with him, man?
He's gonna be a star, a safety star guy, where he's sitting there, maybe covering the tight end, which is what he does good, and play out in the flats and stuff like that. Or they just have him playing back. Yeah, we gonna keep you deep, like.
Yeah, like Derwin James. Yeah. The kid up at Pittsburgh right now as well, who came from Alabama. The kid from Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. Yeah, because you don't want those guys taking on linemen because that's an automatic pancake. Come on now.
Man, look. If I know, like I say, all the coordinators, they look at the defense and say, well, okay, we know exactly y'all weakness. Oh, they got James playing linebacker. Oh, we finna pull that guard and go right at him every play. That's gonna be disaster. Then y'all gonna be crying. Oh, yeah, James can't play linebacker either. Guess what? That's why y'all home and them boys out there playing and the coaches out there coaching. They know what they got going on, man. Stop trying to force people to do things that they ain't supposed to do. But I get why they everybody really want 15 in. That's what I keep hearing. Everybody like, man, they just need to play Devontae. All right. Be careful what you ask for most of the time.
You say everybody say they just need to play Devontae.
Yeah, they want Devontae to play more than James. And I'm like, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for.
So defensive ends in the NFL are what size?
The average defensive end in the NFL is about 6'4", maybe 260.
260, 270.
That's average. That's a 4-3 defensive end. If we talking about a 3-4 defensive end, they're like 6'4", maybe 290, 280. Yeah, between 290, something like that.
So the average defensive end in the NFL is 260 pounds. There ain't no more skinny defensive ends?
No.
How big is Greg Rousseau?
Man, Greg Rousseau is like almost 270.
Yeah. And he like 6'6", right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Right.
Phillips probably might be considered a skinny defensive end. And Phillips is like maybe 260.
Yeah.
Phillips like 260.
Yeah.
And he's a smaller DN now. You might have a pass rush specialist because we've seen those guys before. Uh-huh. But what ends up happening with those guys that are like 240 is they don't touch the field on first and second down. You only put them in on third down.
You're gonna only be like a pass rushing specialist, like something what Najee is so far for us. Like Najee only coming down to do pass rushing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Next year, once Najee beef up a lot more and start getting into the containing that edge, then he'll be in the game a lot more. But as of now, he's coming in only to pass rush, which is perfectly fine.
Philip Buchanan think that rotating hurts strong consistency and chemistry on the D line.
I just said it. Like, rotating a lot it ain't that good because Taylor, it looks like every time Leonard Taylor makes a play, they take him out, and I'm like, well, why? Like, if he makes a play, can't he make another play? Like, I think that's kind of, I made a play, I go make another play, and I can make another play. Like, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, you rotating them, man.
King Cal say, so what y'all saying? James Williams has been trash. See, and that's the crazy part to me. Like,
yeah, that's the crazy part.
He's second on the team in tackles, dog. Like, he's second on the team in tackles. I just think y'all are paying attention to him and y'all expectations are really, really high. Maybe he's not meeting them.
Yeah.
Right. But trash is a strong word for the true sophomore that's out there. Trash is a strong word. He's second on the team in tackles. I honestly think that it's too much space for him and his talent. I think he should be closer to the line doing something. I think it's too much space to roam, and it takes away from his talent. I don't know. Alonzo seemed to think he'll be a first-round defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, James don't want to play defense. James not trying to take on a block every play. So, but I mean, then that Stills. Maybe Stills need to create the defense where James could be on the field, and then put Avante on the field at the same time with Cam. Like, okay, let me just get James in there and do something like that. But obviously he can't because somebody don't know the plays on defense, and he's not getting on the field. I mean,
right?
Y'all got to get out y'all emotions and just go with the facts. Like, if somebody don't know the plays that can't get on the field, do y'all still want him out there just because y'all think he's talented, or he's a fan?
Well, I will say this too. We're looking. One thing that impressed me with James is after that Middle Tennessee game, I really think he took it personal because when you saw him especially the first 3 quarters during the UNC game, I think that game, if you go look back at those stats, you'll see it too. He was involved in almost every stop.
He was on point.
He was always around the ball.
He came to play that game. He did.
And that shows you the level of pride and level of care that somebody has about their team. And I didn't see other guys like that. I saw James like that though.
Yeah.
Not saying other guys didn't do well.
He definitely wanted to play good at the North Carolina game. Remember what happened last year with them. But I mean, again, like personal. Just look at still what was our defensive line. We only sending 4. We ain't blitzing guys or nothing like that. And then when we do, it'll be like a linebacker, maybe Corey Flagg. So what I'm saying is, like, if still say, okay, let me put in some packages where I could just get James closer to the line of scrimmage and maybe blitz him, or we playing a team that got a running quarterback. Let me put James in the box and James spies the quarterback. That's something that they can do, and we've seen them do that. It's just, hey, man, putting 15 on the field sometimes is like, man, yeah, we got to keep James back there, man, because he ain't. And maybe they should switch it. Maybe they should put 15 closer to the line of scrimmage, which I've been said that, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, at some points, I look at Kevin Steele's defense and I'm like, well, why is he sending the pressure that much? Which I think he just relying on the D-line, and they getting the job done for the most. But I would like to see them send a lot more pressure with James Williams, you know what I'm saying, or with or who's ever playing that star position, and maybe that's why Gilbert Frierson is not playing a lot, because, hey man, the linebackers doing a pretty good job, and the 4 D linemen doing a pretty good job, so we don't need to put this other guy star in there to come and get pressure. So maybe that's why certain players aren't playing and stuff like that. But I mean, at some point, you you still want to get out there and make plays. You know, you could cause turnovers or keep the momentum going in a certain way. So,
did Avonte play a lot on defense yesterday?
Yeah, Avonte was in the game a lot yesterday. He was in the game a lot.
So I guess he getting acclimated. I guess
he's
he
playing.
Getting down.
You know, they trying to get him in here and there, but at the same time, you know, it's being said, and then you can still see it when he's out there, man. It's like, you know, you still got somebody trying to tell him what to do while he's out there.
You can see it.
Yeah,
you can actually see it.
It's visible. It's visible.
See, we knew it, right? We knew it, but I ain't really been paying attention to it.
And it's visible. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, a good offensive coordinator would take advantage of that. You know, so. Yeah, he just, you know, he'll get better at it. He's still a young guy. He'll get better at first year defense. He'll get better at it. All the players will. You know, those guys are young. Those are true sophomore guys. You know what I'm saying? James, Cam, Avonte is he's a redshirt sophomore. You know, LT's true sophomore guy. You know, so the core of the team still pretty young. You know, to add with the transfer portal guys, Mesidor, man, was a hit. I hate that guy right there. Is the deal. That's the Jackson. So the core of the team is pretty young, man, and get them for a whole nother year, off-season program, studying the film and stuff like that. It's only gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? We got to go through our growing pains this year, man. So
yeah, I gotta go check out that Mesidor. Yeah, go check out that Mesidor interview, man. What bickering? Who bickering?
You know what I'm saying? All the bickering and fussing that the fans doing, like they expect us to be 6-0.
Right.
They expect us to score 100 points a game. The defense only give up 5 points a game. I mean, this is not PlayStation. This is reality.
Well, speaking of this,
wait 1 second, Rich. Y'all go check out that Mesidor interview that we did. We sat down with Mesidor before the season started. Man, we kind of knew it, man. He was West Virginia best player. They had him out of position. That day we sat down and talked to him. His plight to the University of Miami is crazy. Y'all go check out that interview. I had to drop him off home that day. Trying to get my stepdaughter like, hey man, say something to him. Hey man, we just gonna leave her here with you, dog. We'll be back and pick her up. Hey, but no, she said that to him, and yesterday was his coming out party, dog, and me and the wife were just looking at each other like. Yesterday was his coming out party, dog. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. Yesterday was his coming out party. He did his thing. But listen, bro. And I'm gonna let you make your point, Rich. But real fast, 786-405-9499. You want to get down with IOD Squad? I told y'all Friday. IOD Squad member who's been doing this thing made $15,000 in 10 minutes. Here's a text message right here. He made $15,000 in 10 minutes. He texts me every time he win every day. And he's just getting better at it. He was in here the other day. I don't know if he's in here right now. He was in here the other day. Let me see. Let me get y'all out the way so they can see that. He made $15,000 in 10 minutes trading the SPX. And the man ain't know what trading was a year ago. That's what kind of can happen if you apply yourself. What you say, Rich? You got to get on the ball?
No, I was just going to say real quick. Not about second. This.
No, about this. Can't change the subject. And then, last time you were saying, I got to get on ball, man. What am I doing? I think he made like 180,000 this week or something like that. He made trading, bro, in the bad market that's going down. He didn't know what it was until I talked to him about it. IOD Squad, I sat him down, kind of trained him one-on-one, showed him a few things. Then he took his resources, met some people, and just he got really into it. He applied himself. And he sits down every morning and he trades, and he every now and then he peek in here and he'll tell you he didn't know anything about trading a year ago. So man, that's 786-405-9499, or just click the link in the top of the comment section. If you want to get down with Investor Die, go ahead, Rich.
The reason I said that real quick is because I was listening to somebody say you don't make money. Like nobody makes money. The only people that make money is the Federal Reserve. They can print it. You grab money. You take money.
You grab it, right?
So that makes you think about money differently, because it's a whole bunch of ways to grab money. People grab money on social media. People grab money doing this. People grab money in real estate investing when they got tenants and they got a 100 unit property. So it's like, don't just look at your 9 to 5 and be like, yeah, I made my $3,000 this month. That's all I'm gonna ever make. Nah, man, you really gotta be like, how can I get out here and grab this money? Like, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, learning how to get into investing or real estate, whatever hustle you doing out on the side, you should treat your job like it's your job is like a loan. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that allows you to then turn your focus towards the things that's really gonna help get you to grab money out here. You feel me?
To grab money. That's the best way to look at it, dog. They grab money.
Yeah.
So listen, man. So check this out. So the number 786-405-9499. Text us and just put IOD Squad or put 1-on-1 or whatever. If you're trying to get into investing and learn about cryptos, NFTs and stuff, we probably have a class in there today. We're gonna put out the calendar today for the classes that we do inside IOD Squad. The classes, meet and greet, whatever we do in there, whatever we want to call it. A lot of injuries, man. A lot of people coming back, bro. Me and Crib was talking on the sideline last night, and I was just telling him, listen, man, there's a lot of people out. Miami been playing offense without their top four players, you ask me. People still getting injured. We talking about people coming back. They still getting injured, actually.
It's like Mo getting injured every week.
Right, but help is on the way. Help is on the way. Just like the last video we dropped, help is on the way. They gotta get back healthy. Clemson takes down Florida State last night. If you stayed up last night and saw Drake May just crushed Duke after a bunch of bad calls, I think, against Duke at home. You know, that made me think about them bad calls they was making on us in the Tracy Howard game, the famous kickoff. All them bad calls they was making against us. Artie Burns was there, not DJ Ivy. I get Artie Burns and DJ Ivy. They kind of look alike. Drake May, with a couple seconds left, man, put a foot in Duke on 4th down. I think he threw for like 380 or something crazy like that, 2 or 3 touchdowns. And that kind of, if you're a Miami fan that's looking at it like, oh, if Duke lose to him and NC State lose to them and we beat them, that kind of made it a lot harder. If you're talking about winning the Coastal, they made it a lot harder, but Duke fought, and now Duke comes in here next week, right? And that's a pretty decent team, dog. They gonna put up, Miami they gonna put up a fight. Duke finna come in here to play, bro. So as Miami get back healthy, man, this thing will get going. I think the first half was like indicative of, okay, man, we could see something. Then you had to tell off. But I think it's all stories in the chapter, bro. That's just how I believe. It's all stories in the chapter. If I'd have asked you, could Tennessee beat Alabama last year, y'all would have thought it was crazy. And then all of a sudden it changes. If I'd have said Utah was going to beat, USC was the underdog yesterday, huh?
Well, they were ranked higher. They were ranked higher than Utah.
But I think they were the underdog for some reason yesterday. It was weird. They shouldn't have been the underdog. Let's see.
They shouldn't have been.
Where the USC game at? I thought I saw something that had. I know they don't. I know they don't get the answer in the comment section by now. Them boys be fast. USC lost 42-43. Boy, these high-scoring games, dog. Game cast. Utah was favored by 3.5. With their 2 losses, I think. Yeah, Utah was favored by 3.5 with their and they got 2 losses, right? With their 2 losses. So all the people who talk trash about Utah beating up on Oregon last year, yeah, Utah ranked number 20, SC ranked number 7. So yeah, man, Miami got to get back healthy, bro. You can't be first year and unhealthy. So let's get ready to get up out of here, man. NFL football about to start. I appreciate y'all. All right.
All right, take it easy.
Right,
Yo. All right, man. 786-405-9499. Just send us a text if you want to learn how to make 15,000 in 30 minutes. He said the man said he made. Just send us a text, man. And we get up here and get ready to get out of here and go pick my number fire team. I mean DraftKings team, but I use number fire. I'm D, man. Don't put off tomorrow something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm out of here.